Hey everybody, welcome to week 5. Do you secretly dread the holidays because of all the stress? Are you worried that you're going to overindulge and completely fall off track? Maybe eat the cookies at the cookie exchange or indulge too much in the holiday parties? Well, you're not alone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jennifer Seven, and I'm the owner of Seven Company Weight Loss and Wellness Center. And I've been helping people for the last 10 years lose weight, get healthy, and maintain their weight loss. I know just how hard the holiday season can be because I've struggled with it myself. There's too much going on, and it is the most edible season of the year. This is the month. And if you're not aware of that, it is from Halloween to New Year's that the average American gains most of their annual weight. It's a tough time. Today, I want to talk to you about emotional eating and holidays and the stress. And we turn to food so often to comfort ourselves when we're struggling. And we have to have some tips and tools to help us not do that. And so that's what I'm going to share with you today. First off, let's just define what emotional eating actually is. Emotional eating is defined as when we turn to food to soothe and suppress negative feelings. These negative feelings can include anxiety, depression, anger, frustration, boredom, loneliness, and sadness. And my goodness, there's so much going on during this time of year. I mean, we have to do shopping and wrapping and cleaning and baking and entertaining and going to events. And it just seems like it all has to happen in a very compressed time period. There's just a lot to do, and it can cause a lot of stress. And the holidays can bring up a lot of emotions. There's many, many triggers. And we do tend to comfort ourselves with that immediate gratification of food. It tastes good in the moment, but it really can sabotage and undo our personal goals and what we're trying to accomplish. So let's talk about some triggers, and then let's talk about some different ways of approaching them that don't involve food. The first one that I want to talk about is that last minute shopping. So we hear there's 12 days left of shopping before Christmas, or 10 days, or 5 days, and we're like, I don't know what I'm going to get for people. I've got to get out there. So we have to go out to the crowds and the mall and the shopping, and it's crazy. I mean, I hate it. I don't like to go shopping anyway, but during the holidays where it's wall-to-wall people, you can't find a parking space, everybody's irritable, tired, frustrated, fighting for the good sales. That can cause exhaustion. You can get very tired. I know I get tired when I'm out trying to fight the mall crowd. And it can cause you some anxiety because we don't know what to get for somebody. We get anxious. We might be worrying about our budget. We might be overspending because there's so much coming at us. There's so many deals and pretty things, and oh my goodness. But here's a little 1-minute fix. I'm going to try to give you 1-minute fixes just to break you out of the cycle of turning to food. So when you're so tired and exhausted from all the shopping, you can do this at home. When you get home, take your shoe off, and if you have an old tennis ball, just rub the sole of your foot across the ball, and that'll help massage. It gives your foot a little massage. If you don't have a tennis ball, you can massage your own feet, or maybe you have a spouse or a friend or a kid who'll give you a little foot massage, especially if you tell them you were out shopping for them. So that's one idea. The other thing you can do is get some of your favorite essential oils. Good ones to use on your feet would be like a lavender oil or a peppermint. Peppermint can be very invigorating and kind of bring some life back to those tired old dogs. So rub some oils in. That can be very helpful. If you're at the mall and you just need a break, some malls have those chair massages. So spend the $10 or $15 and take a break, get a 15 or 20-minute neck and shoulder massage, where they work on that to break up the holiday shopping. And that's a much better treat for you than saying, I'm going to sit down and eat the cookies. Okay, stick with your plan. The other thing you can do at home after a long day of shopping is do a bubble bath. Nice hot bubble bath, pour a little lavender in it, some Epsom salts, close the door, put a candle on, a little nice music, and tell everybody, stay out, I'm taking a hot bath. And that can help soothe those tired muscles and bring a little life back to you during this season. It can be stressful just trying to stay on your weight loss program during this season. Everything is coming at you. There's cookie exchanges and pies to make and meals to fix and parties to go to and bubbly to drink, and it just goes on and on and on. Again, it's the most edible season of the entire year. So it's going to come at you, and there might be certain traditions. Every year, I make grandma's fudge, and I still look forward to that. Or I have a special cookie recipe that I want to make for my kids, and it's very difficult not to indulge in that, even if you're making it for somebody else. So you've got to remind yourself of what your approach is. This whole course is to help you remember what your plan is, what your goal is, and what your why is, so that you can navigate these difficult situations and come out with success. So go back to your plan. Is it the iron will approach, where I am not going to deviate? I am going to get through this season intact on my plan, no deviations. Or it's there's going to be a one day, one meal or one food pass that I'm going to set up, but I'm going to plan it ahead of time. I'm going to stick to my plan. What we don't want is the hog wild approach. No going hog wild during this. You're going to undo everything you've worked so hard for. So make that plan. Plans can shift, but I want it to be a conscious shift. So remind yourself of that. In the Thanksgiving class, I gave you some really good strategies, and I hope you tried them. But one of them was to write down the 15 reasons why you want to lose weight. What is going to change in your life by losing the weight, or even just maintaining? And I want you to go back and review those 15 things. Have those on your phone. So whenever you're tempted, the homework was to do them for Thanksgiving Day. But now you've got it done. If you haven't done it, there's still time to do it. 15 reasons why you want to lose weight. Put it in the notes on your phone. Review it 3 times a day at least. Anytime you get into a situation where you're tempted, say to yourself, wait, I'm going to take 2 minutes. I'm going to run into the bathroom. I'm going to look at my phone, and I'm going to remind myself of why. Why am I doing this? So knowing your plan, knowing your approach, and being mindful. So let's talk again about mindfulness. Week 3 was all about mindfulness. And what mindfulness does is it brings you right into the moment. I had a piece of equipment break recently, and I was all worrying about it. It was over the weekend. There was nothing I could do about it until Monday. And I was just stressing about it. And I was just like, oh, woe is me. And then I reminded myself, well, bring yourself back to where you are right now. You're worrying about something in the future. You can't do anything about it yet. So I did. I took just a minute and I said, okay, I'm right here, right now. Let me look at what's in front of me. Be mindful. 1 minute fix, okay, when you're all stressed and worrying about staying on your weight loss plan. Here's a mantra: eat, drink, and be mindful. So you're going to eat and you're going to drink, but you're going to do it all mindfully and not mindlessly. Remember, our goal is not to just survive the holidays, but to thrive. So what I'm going to tell you is that if you are thinking about eating or drinking something that is perhaps not on your plan, I want you to stop and really think about it and make a conscious choice. Do I want to do this? Does this line up with my why and my goals? How bad is my craving? And then make a decision. And if you decide you're going to go ahead and do it, then you can decide, no, it doesn't line up with my goals, but I'm going to do it anyway. But then at least it's a conscious decision. It would be best if you didn't, but if you did, at least you're not doing it mindlessly. And then if you're going to do it well. I want you to sit down. I want you not to have any distractions. Don't be eating in front of the TV or while you're wrapping presents or while you're writing Christmas cards. Sit down and decide, I'm going to eat this and I'm going to enjoy every single bite. I'm going to smell it. I'm going to taste it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at the texture of it. I'm going to chew it. And I'm just going to enjoy it so much. Then you're being mindful about it. And that's a much better experience than to do it mindlessly. And when we do it mindlessly, we're probably going to way overeat and eat too much because we eat too fast. Slow down. Snack healthy over the season. You want to have an emergency kit with you at all times of good protein bars or protein chips or protein drinks, whatever your go-to is. Have it with you. Have some in the car, have some in your purse. Guys, I know you don't have a purse, but somehow a man bag, have some with you. And that way, if you get hungry and you're not in a situation where you can eat the way you want to eat, you will have something that will not mess you up, okay? So carry that with you. If you absolutely feel that you need to indulge between meals, it's better to have one of the protein foods than to eat some junk food or something that you really shouldn't eat. And if you're in a mall or you're out running around or you're in traffic, the options aren't good. So having that with you is better. And I'd rather have you have an extra one of those than something you shouldn't be eating. Here's a couple tips. Cut up one of the protein bars and throw it in the freezer. Take it out. It's all frozen. Take it with you. I don't know, by the time you get ready to eat it, may or may not be frozen. But if it is cold or frozen, it forces you to chew slowly and you'll enjoy it more and it slows you down. Nice little tip there. If you're going to do the chips, the protein chips, I would take a bag and cut them in half, package them in half, divide them up, and then that way you can have two different opportunities to snack on the chips if that's going to be an extra food for you during the day. Extra veggies, there's unlimited veggies that you can indulge in, and go for those first. You can use some Walden Farms dip if you really want a little dip with your veggies. That's okay. Drink lots and 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 lots of water. Water will help you feel more full and satiated. When you are hungry, usually the first sign of hunger, or I'm sorry, the first sign of dehydration is hunger, which means you're not hydrating yourself enough. If you don't like plain water, carry the water enhancers with you. They are unlimited. You can have as many of them as you want during the day. You can get some sparkling water or bottled water and make sure you take it with you wherever you go, that you have plenty of water with you. So just add a water enhancer, shake it up, you're good to go. If you're somewhere where you can get a cup of ice, put the water enhancer in there with some ice and some water and maybe make like a little slushy. You can have that on the go. The other thing you can use are the branched chain amino acids. That's a little thicker, a little bubbly, might make you feel a little more full. It's also going to help protect your muscle mass while you're doing this and will not sabotage you on this program. So a couple of ideas there for you. Let's see. We've also got the Ideal Protein, because I really am a big fan of the Ideal Protein foods. You could get the peach mango drink mix or the orange drink mix. Those have almost no carbohydrates, I think like one, and really good protein in them. So that's an extra drink you can have that is not going to mess up your weight loss whatsoever. So take one of those with you. It's going to be more filling because it's a whole protein drink. Take your shaker bottle, throw it in with some water, and you are ready to go. And it tastes really good. I love the peach mango myself. Yummy. You could make some gummies out of the Ideal Protein raspberry jelly and take those with you. You feel like you're eating candy. And it's also good for your skin. Those have collagen in them as well. Try some spices in your food just to jazz it up a little bit during this holiday season. Curry, cinnamon, ginger. Throw those into some of your food so you can feel a little bit more festive. Nutmeg. Let's see. Does anybody have family drama? Yes, especially at the holidays. Maybe it's worrying about whose house you're going to, or which sibling is going to show up, or maybe we all reduce ourselves to being back like children when we go back to our parents' house. There's squabbling, or there's conflict, or someone's feelings are getting hurt. A million things that can happen with family. It's crazy. And this is the time of year when it can definitely happen. Is someone going to be hurt? Is someone going to be mad? Did I get them the right present? Did I bring them the right dish? Or I did something wrong, or I didn't show up on time? Who knows? But that stress can also lead to us emotionally eating and might turn to mindless munching to soothe our nerves. So here's a 1-minute fix. instead of making the beeline to the kitchen when your mother or mother-in-law calls for the fifth time, close your eyes, just take a moment, close your eyes, picture yourself sitting in a movie theater and you're watching your personal holiday come to life. It's playing out in front of you. And as you're watching it, try to observe it from a distance. So you're the observer, you're not in it, you're watching the drama play out. And that can really lessen the intensity of what's going on, and it can help you detach. So you're the observer. So when you get into a situation where it's actually happening, try to remind yourself, this is like watching a movie. This is watching a movie of my family play out in front of me, and I am just an observer. Try not to get sucked in. Just watch. And laughter is always a great medicine. If you can make some jokes, just to switch up the situation, or you call a friend and you just say, you're not going to even believe what my family's like, let me tell you, and try to have a good laugh about it. Laughter is the best medicine. It can really reduce the stress. You can share your personal holiday comedy with a good friend, and it will help. It will help. So that's the 1-minute fix for family drama. Feeling overwhelmed, very common during the holidays. It's so easy. There's so much to do and so little time to do it. There's putting lights up, getting the tree decorated, getting the ornaments out of storage. Sometimes it doesn't go so well with the lights. Half the string is broken or doesn't work. It's getting the gifts, fighting the crowds, or trying to decide if you're doing online shopping, what you're going to get. And you're being bombarded with sales and must-haves and must-gets. And then there's the baking and the traditions and the visits and the family gatherings and the work parties and the cookie exchanges and the secret Santas, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. So it's very easy to be overwhelmed. Too much to do, not enough time. And having so much to do, oh, Christmas cards, don't forget about that. You might have to make travel arrangements and go somewhere and fight the traffic, or the weather might get bad. Just, it can be too much. So that might make you feel like you want some chocolate. But here's the 1-minute fix for that. I want you to try a quick breathing exercise. Just feeling so overwhelmed and like it's more than you can manage, I want you just to stop and breathe. And I believe that breathing in through the nose, and I've had a lot of training in breathing through yoga and meditation. You breathe in through the nose and you breathe out through the mouth. And when you breathe in through the nose, suspend the breath for just a moment, and then just that sigh of, it's like you're letting all the worries and the emotions go in through the nose. Suspend the breath, and you want to push your belly out like you're filling up a balloon. Hold the breath deep as you can go, and then, and that if you do that 3 or 4 or 5 times, you will be amazed at how your stress reduces. When we're stressed, we tend to shallow breathe in our chests and we don't breathe in our bellies. If you watch a baby breathe, you'll see that their little bellies go in and out and in and out. But as we get older, we lose the ability to breathe from our bellies. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, do that a couple times. It's really going to center you. It's going to bring you back. It's going to reduce your stress. And you can do it just about anywhere. And if you're in a family situation, again, excuse yourself, go in the bathroom. If you're at the mall, go stand somewhere and just breathe. You don't have to close your eyes. People don't even have to know what you're doing. Your work environment, just go in your office, cubicle, a few deep breaths. Amazing how that will bring you back. Then there's another big trigger, and that is the anniversary effect. And holidays, we have this idealistic notion in our minds that they have to be perfect. So that's a whole other thing. That's about the expectation and having to readjust our expectations. But when we have holiday get-togethers, that can bring up the memories of times from the past where we've been with a loved one, or maybe someone has passed away, or we've been through a divorce. So our holiday is different, and we may be grieving for what was in the past. My mother passed away last year, so I'm kind of dreading this Christmas because she passed away just before Christmas, and it's painful. And Thanksgiving was painful because it was our last time that we were all together with her. So it brings up sadness. And what do we do when we're sad? Often we comfort ourselves with food or drink or alcohol, wine, whatever. It can be the same with divorce or a broken up relationship or kids that aren't coming home anymore. My daughter moved, so I don't have her home this year for the very first time in all these years. I don't have all my kids for the holidays and missing my mom. So I have to be really conscious of this. So 1 minute fix, you can try this. It's not using food to soothe our woes. There's something called laughing yoga. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but laughing is actually chemically changes you if you can laugh. And so what you could do, and I know it sounds so silly, but maybe you can go in a private room and practice laughing. So sometimes you have to force it. You have to just start laughing, just ha 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 ha. Ha. But if you keep going, you'll find that you actually will start laughing. And if you do this with a couple people, you'll all start laughing because you're so silly. And then it's like, I'm laughing, and then you're laughing, and then all of a sudden we're all laughing. And laughter actually is contagious, and it kind of relieves the tension in our shoulders and our neck and our abdomen, and it releases positive neurotransmitters in the brain. So it's actually a chemical change. And even if it's forced laughter, it will have the same effect. So that's really a good thing to do with a family member and they have no idea what you're doing if you start laughing. Have you ever started laughing and then everybody's laughing and you don't even know why you're laughing? Try it. Try it. I would love for you to post that on the Facebook group and tell me if you've tried some laughter therapy. Good for you. Then there's holiday cheer. This is another trigger. This is not when you're sad or feeling bad. This is when you're having fun, too much fun. You're going to the parties and the bubbly's flowing and the champagne punches and the cookies, and you're just like, I'm having a great time. And now I feel like I can indulge, or maybe I'm going to drink a little bit, or maybe my one pass was I'm just going to have one glass of wine. Remember, alcohol lowers our inhibitions, and then before you know it, it's like, oh well, never mind, I'm gonna have that cookie, and then, well, I already blew it, so I'll have another one. So let's not do that. Holiday nibbling, it's a way of holding on to blissful emotions. You know how much joy we get sometimes when we see a loved one open a present, or our kids light up when they see what Santa brought, or whatever your Christmas or holiday traditions are. uh, Food, we use food. Food makes us feel good, but it's very temporary. So let's try not to use food or drink to encourage those happy emotions. Let's just enjoy the positive emotions for what they are. Um, Here's a couple ideas for you for the feel good emotions. Instead of turning to food, how about decorating the tree? And I know when I decorate my tree, I've always been the one to decorate the tree in my family. Those ornaments, I look at them and they remind me of the good times. This year's gonna be a little tough because I'm thinking about my mom a lot, but the happy feelings, decorating your tree, buying some wreaths to put up, uh, maybe an evergreen scented candle so you can get that good Christmas smell. The smells are using some essential oils, even a wintergreen or a fir. It goes to the limbic brain, and that taps into our emotions, and that can be uplifting and make us feel good in a way that food doesn't. So think about that. I think a holiday scent is the best bet for creating calorie-free good feelings. It's a great way to lift us up without food. Remember, holiday stress is like airplane turbulence. You have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you can help anybody else. So, self-care, I've given you a lot of good tips for when the emotions are hitting. You want to take care of yourself first. You want to have that bubble bath. You want to take a little bit of time. Stress is inevitable. The ride can be bumpy. this could be a bumpier time of year than other times. And I want you to really enjoy the holidays without it being about food. Remember, it's about loved ones. It's about gratitude and hope and connection. So focus on those things. Maybe write a Christmas card to someone you love when you're feeling an urge to eat something, do something for someone else. Um, Remember, you have an emotional eating worksheet that you have received. So I want you to use that. Use these tools. These tools will really help you be successful during this season. It's up to you. You've got to commit and stay the course. Utilize the tools that I'm giving you. And I know you can be successful. And I know this can be a wonderful season. So stay tuned. We've got another masterclass next week. And I want you to jump in on it. Enjoy this time. Enjoy your loved ones. Make it a fantastic week. Remember your plan. Remember your why. I love you guys. You've got this.